of Interarch together with Arvind. I'm an engineer from IIT Delhi, class of 74, and Arvind is a BCom from Shriram College of Commerce. We became friends in college days, and from there our journey commenced. I started and established an acoustical consulting practice after engineering because I didn't want to do a job. And Arvind really started accountancy from London. I had great relations and reputation amongst the leading architects of the country in the 70s, and I was involved with lots of projects. I was a consultant for the Delhi airport, Indira Gandhi International Airport, which is now Terminal T2, and they needed an acoustical ceiling, and the architect wanted to source a world-class ceiling. So Arvind and I talked about it, and we talked to this Dutch company and became their sole licensee, and we brought in a world-class ceiling system into India. Thereafter, we brought in a world-class roofing system into India. Then we decided that we need to diversify upstream, and we introduced pre-engineered steel buildings into India. We were the first mover in all these products. They had never been done in India by anybody else before us. So we are the pioneers. And we established a name for ourselves in the architectural metals industry. Then we got the Tata Motors automobile greenfield plant in Pantnagar, which was the first time automobile plant had been done in pre-engineered construction. Then we did the IGI Airport Terminal T3, entire roof structure and roofing, which was again a groundbreaking work for us because built up our systems and processes. It was a very complex project. Our concentration has always been throughout the years that we bring in world-class products, establish systems, business development, training people, skilling people, because it was a new unknown territory we ventured into. And both of us are from professional backgrounds, and we wanted to do something which we bring in a world-class professional approach to the architectural metals industry. Interarch name stems from that international architecture. That's what our vision was, and that's what we brought into India. So the two people company is today a 2,000 people company, and this journey of ours continues for over 40 years. I'll ask Arvind to tell you a little bit more about the company. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming. I'll just take you through a little bit more of what Interarch and what pre-engineered buildings are. You heard the journey from Gautam. See, pre-engineered buildings is something we got into about 20-25 years ago after doing previously some other architectural products. Pre-engineered building is a concept which is very famous, very well known and used all over the world. The idea is to do steel buildings designed, engineered and manufactured by one company and taken to site and assembled there like a Meccano set. So that being a basic concept, it was actually invented by the Americans many decades ago after the Second World War. Wherever you want to build fast in the world, you have to primarily use steel. And if you want to build fastest even in steel, it is a pre-engineered steel. So pre-engineered basic concept is just like we buy a car today, or we buy an apartment, or we buy ready-made furniture. How we have moved from trying to do everything ourselves to choosing a brand, choosing a company, choosing the kind of furniture or flat or car we want, which model do we want to look at, and then we buy it as a product. So pre-engineered building as a product, and Interarch converted the whole industrial building segment, A-grade warehousing, schools, colleges, high-rise, malls, everything into a ready-made product. You come to us with a requirement, and we will design, engineer the whole product for you, manufacture everything in-house. We have factories which manufacture the whole building, but because it cannot be carried, so it is all made in parts. And we carry all the thousands of pieces to the site and put them. Each building is unique, each part is unique, so they have to go into a certain place, like a nut and bolt assembly, which is just like a Meccano set that we all might have played, or our kids play with Lego, or everything is pre-decided and pre-fitted. So that made the concept of a building, number one, very safe, number two, very high quality, because it's all a factory-made factory, just like we find in ready-made furniture today, or even ready-made clothes, or a ready-made apartment. The quality is much higher than if we were to do it ourselves. And of course, speed. That people setting up a paint line, or setting up a warehouse or an airport, they are not really experts in construction. But so here we go as an expert company and give them that product. exactly as they want, on the time that they want, and at one fixed price. So the biggest advantage to the customer is that he can give it to one company and say, look, it's your responsibility to give this to me, and the price is more or less unchangeable, and the delivery is on a fixed date. So over a period of time, pre-engineered buildings have become like a first capital goods that a company needs. We are not considered like a contractor or a fabricator or a PMC or a steel building, but we are the first capital goods. So we have become a very integral part of our industrial partners or our clients, because first they come to us. If we can do that building for them in that time, then they plan their whole project as to machines will come, when the launch will happen. So our position has completely changed. And because we have become a prime capital goods supplier to them, we add a lot of value to them. We have built up relationships. Over 30, 40 years, the same clients keep coming back to us for their new requirements, for their new verticals that they start. Grasim is a recent example. You all might have heard about this Opus paint that they have launched. So 2.5 years ago, they came to us and said, we want to put up 6 plants. 6 plants, paint plants, is like what other companies may have done over 20, 25 years. And these guys wanted to do it in one shot. So they came to us and they said, how many can you do for us? So we picked up 5 that we could do out of 6. Different locations, very complex buildings, and that is how things move. So that positioning that we have got, and with that positioning and the initiatives that are happening in India, like PIL and Make in India and India Plus, China Plus One, infrastructure, being part of the supply chain, we see a lot of action in this area. Foreign companies are coming in, Indian companies are setting up huge plants, and our also another big advantage as Interarch is that we are industry agnostic. To us, it doesn't matter what your industry is. We are doing semiconductor assembly plants, we are doing data centers, we are doing plants manufacturing solar panels, lithium batteries. These are all the new age industry which has come up. Standard FMCG or paint or auto sector, we have done nearly all. There is not a single auto company in India which has not used our buildings to make their plant. Ancillaries, FMCG, A-grade, all A-grade warehousing, Delhi airport, D3 terminal was done by us many years ago, port buildings, and I don't think you can name a single company in India for which we have not worked. So Interarch has established an excellent position. The product is very good, the delivery to and the value to the customer is fantastic, and Interarch has established an excellent position. We are right on the top of this industry, and we dominate it with another multinational player, but we are the only Indian company which dominates the whole field. And people come to us as a first stop. We are top of their mind recall that we have to go to Interarch if we want a building on time, safe and quality. And that, I think, is what we are offering to our future investors. Come into a field which is growing very fast, come into a country which is going to grow many folds in the coming years. Whether it's a steel usage, whether it is a low infrastructure, whether it is a low GDP today, low per capita, India has only one way to grow, one way to go, it's keep going. And the only way you can go forward in this world has proven is steel. And we have come to that number 1 position. So I think we are offering a great opportunity for other investors to become a part of our company, to be a part of our growth path, and also to be a part of India's growth path. Because that is where India goes, we are going to go there. We say our motto is building India. We want to build India, whatever they want, airports, ports, hotels, hospitals, industry, everything we are there. So I think we are offering, we're looking at India's future. I think we are rightly placed as an industry and as a company. Thank you very much. I'll ask Manish to take you through